Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye, and we're going to do a deep dive look in psychic media reading about the rise of AI in astrology. Now, going foremost and knowing what is best and what is not and what is due, when it comes to astrology, you have to know your own. And when you know your own, you literally goes right down to your bones on how it's supposed to be. It really is pertinent to you. It really is like a ghost that comes in. And when the ghost comes in, it's like the witching hour. And when the witching hour comes in around 2, 3, maybe 1 a.m., 3 a.m., to about like 4 a.m., and you can't sleep, you're rising up in your own. Your own is your true self. Your own is your soul gift to be a psychic and aligned and attuned to the stars, to the signs, to all the constellations, down to where your natal chart portrays. But it's odd when you say portrays. It's odd. It's an old word. Old word. It literally means when your eyes go cross-eyed and you can't get it out. You literally like nail it right down to the earth's core. Everything down to the axis, right down the earth middle. So when you align yourself with everything, especially nature, you can't get it on or own or down to your bone. You can't feel anything. So when you look at it, you have to say, let's go to the animal spirit oracle, because this is the big deal with society, is that AI is on the rise, but you can't even see it. Everyone is disturbed on how accurate it is. Is this to the point of grace and to the point of line? You can't even get it. Is it a disturbance of the peace? All forms of meaning spelling. You can't even be it. You can't sting it. But let me tell you, when it goes down to Elon Musk, you can't even see it coming. Down to the elephant seal in the suburbs, down to where it was here in Connecticut, in New Haven. We had a leopard, like fur seal, like it's something like you can't even say it. Just look it up. And then you go, I'm not doing that. You're supposed to tell me. You can't even see it coming. It was derogatory. All right, here is the bear. And as much as I sit here and I shuffle, when it comes to AI and astrology with the bear, known. You see it, you feel it. And when you go for it, it comes in fours, which is annoying. It really shouldn't go in fours when it comes to astrology, to one person, to one topic. Is it a taking away of own? Yes. Why? Psychics is a person who can gauge energy. I can't even get it out. Energy to the absolute almost millisecond of when to go forward. They can read the energy and say, not clear. And they can say, go for it. They'd say, opaque. When you see the elk, when you go to astrology with the elk, it really is a constellation. It's a Capricorn. It really is like everything you can when you see the fire ants. Sagittarius. When you see a spider, you go, November, do November. So when you actually look at it, when it goes to AI and astrology, how can you relate your oracle, your tarot, your runes, your crystals, all the way down to poker cards, numerology, cartomancy, to actually like scribble? That's almost like a type of like a bibliomancy, where you're sitting and you're like staring and you just write, and it's owned by you. That's when the shark really does come in. It really does. That's where the cutout is. You can't even see it coming. When you see the elephant, you see in astrology Gemini, North Star. When you see the bee, Little Dipper, January. How can AI actually do that? Face value, known. Why is it scary? One person. When you see cheetah and you see starfish and you see buffalo, you go grounding effect. Grounding effect. Lamb, done. It literally was done. Locked. When I see this golden egg in astrology, it really is like a July. Can't even make it up. So why would it actually go through? You can't even see or sue. You can't even see or sue. The reason why it really is hard to actually go through is because of a song and a strong sense of protect that many astrologers, many psychics and mediums, to intuitive individuals, to anyone who is practicing any form of religious aspect that uses stars, moons, planetary measure, anything of that. When it comes to AI, it really has to. It really is already known within you. You're just portraying it. And the reason why it's disturbing is because of how accurate it was. And because it's so accurate, what do? Does it take away your job? Because you can go online and get it for free. That is the morals and the ethics of this. Was it too early or too late to introduce AI? So let's look at the Starseed Oracle. I feel like it's there. I see that it's there. I really don't see it coming of what is called a 4-2. When you see a 4-2, you literally got to watch the animals and you got to watch your feet of a trip up, of a kick up, of a tick up. So when you see ticks, all of a sudden, can AI do that? What can we as individuals who do these type of things, as we say, actually go through and say, you didn't take my job, AI. It really is about integration time. That's scaring everyone. Bringing unconsciousness to light and seeing potential. What has to come out of our unconsciousness? Because there's something about protection. I'd have to say HIPAA, privacy laws, Freedom of Information Act, actual like a type of voyeurism that's like really odd. That is where psychics actually bend and bow, where it is not allowed to say. They're not privy to say it about another person. But when it comes to it and you say devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer, what gives a psychic absolute, even on the outward, in accordance of all law and authority, entitlement, and rank, to say, I can go up to you in the middle of the public and start reading you? It probably was energy. It probably was due. It probably is impedance. It probably is anything. Or maybe it's that moment of that driving force that you don't even know. You don't say no to. That is one of the things that many of the other psychics have been seen on TV, the celebrity psychics. Like learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. That is all of AI. It seems like out of this world that it can do that. So when I look at it and I see like C, you actually have to spell it. And when you spell it, it is like a curse because you got to do all forms of the meaning of spelling. And when you look at AI, you're like, okay, it's foregoing to a forward march. And then you see there's boots on the ground. And when you see boots on the ground, it really has to do with like birth as a portal. Where did that come from? It goes, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. So when I see it as it lies within you, I have to say, what is already known within me that is on the computer? I already know it. It's already right here. Is it in my subconscious or my unconscious self? Because I'm conscious. If you're psychic, you're already conscious of yourself. You're already aligned and attuned, which means neurologically you're fine. So is AI in the same realm of measuring neurology? Isolation, physical connection, community. Is it a forward advancement after what COVID and bird flu have done? Resources. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. This whole movement about 8 years ago, right around the time where we had the issues with COVID, where we couldn't get in, is it a bad thing that we're all on the computer again? Let's go back to World War II, where you couldn't get nothing done because you were on a staple order because of isolation measures. You couldn't even believe it. That's why we don't do martial law, because you're on a stay put order to a cease and desist to a seizure and a knock on the door, up to a subpoena and a warrant to get out of your house because it was so bad with criminal activity. It's rare. You look like a criminal walking out because you're yelling and screaming and you're looking like the worst version of yourself. So when you look at it, and I'm seeing this, it's hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. When it comes to AI, maybe it's someone who needs a little bit of help of like a draw out as a psychic, especially if they're learning and they're like finally coming out and speaking like a psychic. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. I could see that with AI and astrology. Sagittarius is harsh, but when I actually look at astrology and you see, well, all I know is Mercury retrograde, I hear, and then all I hear is Lionsgate portal, and then all I hear is all I hear. That is where AI could actually help someone. When you see energetic sovereignty absorbing what is not yours, it is actually learning, and then others who are already there, especially those who do religious aspects with like maybe Wicca or pagan Viking or up to satanical, you can't exclude because that's their religion. Up to Luciferians, you cannot exclude it because it's their own. They follow their own. You have to embrace your weirdness to face your true north. So when you see this and you see you're a part of a team of souls calling support, it really is. It really is. When you see surrender, holding the opposites and extremes of life, doors are opening, you decide, reward, wild card. You feel like all of a sudden it's there. But in actuality, here I am, I'm looking, I said, all right, what can I look up and talk about today? Because I'm a little tired. Even the best of the best get tired. So when I go onto YouTube and I look at, the rise of AI and astrology, when it goes to convergence, you can't do a done to a dawn. Like you can't do the mob with it. That is one of the biggest things that I'm saying. When I look at everything like saved ideas, it's not a bad thing, even for the best of the best. It really isn't. So here I am. I'm like, okay, I got a couple things just in case. Just in case. When I'm looking at it, I'm seeing, that robot in this picture can actually look at something and say, da, 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 da. But what is it? Did it feel? Is it intuitive? Is it instinctive? Is it psychic? is it already like generated. Common sense and common law. Common law means literally the law of one, the law of all, says to us that whoever is impeded, who is the strongest, or even out to the weakest, we're all impeded. Because it probably ran through us. And we didn't even know it. We didn't say no to it. We didn't knock it out. And we didn't KNOW. So let's actually look at the Literary Witches Oracle. There it is. Knocking out energy. What do we need to know about the rise of AI in astrology? There it is. Wit and fun. Devoted. Masculine energy? Yes. I would say high priest. When you see this, making leaps. When you see this, the future to revelations. Is it biblical? Guarded. It's not biblical. Maybe it's apocalyptic. It's already been said on the news. It's divine splendor about the body. What haunts us. Untamed venture. And you go, here it is. Here's the eye. Fate. Like I said, fate, when it is in astrology, not even the best of the best can get it done. You sit there on a stay put order by the universe, not by paper or judicial or legal or anyone else. It literally is. I just don't know why. You're able-bodied though. You can get out of it. You're in reality. You're good. It's great. It's grand. Let's look at the crystal quartz. The rise of AI in astrology. It really is forward going to a best of known, to get it known and down to your bone where you're like, no, I'm not doing it. It took my job. How? So when I actually see it, there really is no merging. There really is nothing that could be like anything of this nature that could see it come through. When you actually see it come through, you could actually like ghost it yourself. How can you ghost AI? You can't ghost the universe. It is right there, usually within someone's eyes, within them, and then right there with energy. 9 of Cups, so unhappy about how it came in. And when it came in like a tower moment. It's right here. How dare you? And it became this fiery, passionate beginning. It like sparked a spark of a lay off. Many. When it went to the Wheel of Fortune, you couldn't even play the lottery. There was no ending to it because it went right down to it and it said, this is toxic masculinity. There goes the cards. And it's like throwing it right out. You go to the 7 of Pentacles. There's no skilled work in it. There's a lot of skilled work when you're doing psychic mediumship, astrological work, down to any form of that, because you're like amping up. You got to maintain a body amp naturally without intoxicating substances to be a psychic, to a magician. When you see the 8 of Swords, you're like up, down, and then you're not sleeping. Then you're waiting for confirmations from your work. That's where the money comes in. So when you see these guys say it's $200, it's $280, they're probably sitting for weeks with you. Weeks. They are truly a patient to a repeat customer in an honorable way. So when we see this and you go, it really is a type of ghosting at times. I can even say to someone who did Reiki on me, I'm not due back yet. I'm not due back yet. I can get it out myself. So when I see the Page of Cups in reverse, how do you actually go through it? Because they do. They can say, I'm sorry, I'm not available. It's just not time. It's just not time. I don't need it right now. That's what hurts a lot of people's feelings. And then when you go, you're not clear, you're not clear. Oh my God, when you're not clear as astrologer to psychic medium, any of those wellnesses, they're not clear. That's probably like for them, it feels like $30,000 lost. It hurts. So let's look at the Pleiadian Oracle. What else do we need to know about this? And what does the internet want us to know about this? Let's see here. So when I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this here on YouTube, let's do a present. Share screen. There we go. There it is. All right. This is like how it really should be. It really goes down to like your ethics, your morals and your ethics as a practitioner. They really are practitioners. When it goes to embracing the future of astrology, hold your own and know that you are pertinent. Like how you actually touch it towards another person is so different than what it actually is. It can take away the human touch, away the AI with everything, how it's going. But really the history of astrology comes from owning oneself, to be one with the universe, to sit lightly and likely within, to be it all, to know it all, to sow it all, to bay, to lay, to stay, to be a bay, to almost to do a go to hell ceremony for free. So as we do this, as we go back, that is like the true definition of astrology, psychic, the true definition of a psychic. Own oneself, to be true to oneself, to be a bay, of a lay, of a say, of a stay, of a nay, of a gay with me, means there's no what they used to call a binary fission. There's no getting together and like sitting with other women or sitting with other men. A lot of times other psychics would sit with the opposite sex because of balance. It is feminine energy with masculine energy. But most of the time, many to this day in the current date and time can balance masculine and feminine energy within. Now, when it comes to mediumship and it comes to that, it is knowing oneself to be true, to be Hugh to you. It means like your aura, the afterlife, like literally will show through your aura. So when I actually look at this and it goes to your intuition, it is oneself be true. your own self. When it comes to instinct, it is knowing yourself to thyself, to be alone. Instinctive. It's already there. You've already seen it. You already heard it. You already felt it. To be it own to the highest degree of none. So if somebody all of a sudden goes, I'm done with this marriage, I'm done with this job, that means they saw it, they heard it, they've been through it before, and they have to do and go. No matter what they say. Now, when it comes to other things like this, when it comes to Reiki, it is a fire within. It also is down to craniosacral therapy. It is knowing when to release, not relent. The biggest problem is actual technology transmission. It is being around electronics too much. This was one of the things that came up in studies with health, and also gazing into the computer too much. To where when it says mother and father healing, yes. Where they're passionate of no 3G, no 5G, to where it will kick you into the 3D, 5D. So when I see Pakal's tomb, it has to do with a type of energy ruin. Can AI actually see that? Yeah, you actually can. When you look up astrology through AI, it will talk about Aztec Mayan culture. It will come in quick. So when you see this star family, they're talking about star seeds and crystal children. They're high vibrational. It probably grounds them being on the computer and electronics. When you see expansion and compassion, they're privy. So then it goes to privy. That actually is down to a type of old council, usually prejudicial, where they would sit in committees and say, no, I think we need to go further, or no, it was set in stone. And then they would go through it. Can AI actually do this? When it goes to dolphin play with AI and astrology, you can probably find some instances already with AI and dolphin play, like a child's play. So let's look at this, astrology and the enlightened gut. Those who actually do these things, they have sensitivities. Like for me, I'll say, I don't eat green things. I don't eat vegetables, but then I'll eat potatoes and then I'll eat corn. But that's a vegetable. Yep, it's rooted. I'm rooting. I'm grounding. Why? My doctor said no. That's all you need to know. Water. Tea. I'm drinking a lot of tea. Who made me sick? Why? Sleeping, resting. Usually people who do these type of lines of work need rest. They need consistency. When it comes to magician work, they are called a highlightly, down to where they say, I think I need a GI consult because I am having issues with my gut again. And they're like, why? I'm locked and blocked up. You're not regulating. No, you need to get it out. You need to get it out. Magicians, they are a high scene to a scenery to a scenic view to a view of a psychic on 245 years in the future. Sober. So like I said, what we can see from those who caught Bonnie and Clyde, they're magicians. Sober. They literally take the cake all the time. All the time. Other ones in the current date and time, history, Chris Kyle. Another one you can't even do. You can't even do. They even say, even the virtuous woman. Magician. So when you see light language, they literally speak their own. They don't have to talk. They can bounce a leg. They can look. They communicate with their eyes. They can actually gauge energy. You can't even see it. Can AI do that? Yes, on a film. Universal knowledge. Fifth dimensional access. Yes, through the eyes. Right to the mind. The eye doctor does that. Imagination. To a degree. To a degree. Calling in the mothership. Yep, you'll get a knock on the door. Law enforcement. You looked up something you weren't supposed to. When you set your vibration, it's your tone. It's your tone of voice. To marriages, yeah. Song of your soul, yeah. This is everything that they have common ground. Telepathy. That's scary. Oh my God. Timeline jump, yeah. All of a sudden, everyone's like in the future. They're already there. That's not a bad thing. Just sit and wait. They'll catch up. When you see cosmic unity, go. So here I am. My husband came back from a deployment, and he is already there. He already knows. He came home, and he's dictative to a stronghold. Even though I just finally stabilized the house. Here I am. I can't go my own, but my bone is well. And my bone is well to literally dwell in the well of the Lord to be a bay. Basically, everyone goes back to Christ. And that's where it is over in the Middle East at that point. Energy. You literally say, yep, empathy was a sin. It was seen in the natal chart probably about 3 to 8 months ago and during a month of May, and you couldn't even see it coming. Yep, it came in as a crime. It is first-degree manslaughter? No, it's aggravated assault. You felt. You weren't supposed to feel that. So when you look at it, you go, am I supposed to have sympathy, son? Crystalline grids? Yeah. I mean, you got the Farmer's Almanac. That's all you need to know. Forgive. That's what it's saying. Forgive. All right. Here we go. Tarot Sacred Kingdoms. What else do we need to know? There it is. When it comes to the High Priestess, it actually looking at someone who has mystery about themselves. It has something about everything that it should know about oneself. That would be shadow work. Can it do shadow work? Can it do everything, like up to grimoire, to the dark night of the soul, and handle it? Handle someone. Yeah. Can AI do that? Yeah. Type in your symptoms. To the full. Start you on a new path. When it goes to the Six of Cups in reverse, it's not the best. Is it justice? What is true? Energy work. It's energy work that people are craving. It's hard because energy can be toxic. Look at no kings. So when you see it and you go to the Queen of Cups, everyone in feminine energy is sitting well. And that's really all you need to know. Let's go to the runes. What else? Let's go to the Peach Moonstone. It control. It literally, when you see Nadis, you have to go about it and cut it out down to a power. Here it is, electric bell. When you see Barkana birth, that's how bad it got. People have had in a pinch. Hold on, let me look it up. The baby's coming. And when you see strength, you can't even see it do. When you see Hebo, gift, what can AI also gift with astrology? Solidarity. People are not solid right now. They're literally like not settled to where they're not balanced and actually falling. When you see this and you go, warrior rise up, I bet you any money you'll talk about Middle East right now and havoc. So when I look at this and it says ice, freeze, and it really has nothing to do with something, but when you read the article and you actually look at the charts and the stars, the moons and everything, especially with the new moon, you can't cut out, but you can bond. And that's all you need to know. So with that being said, we will call it an end of the show. There's really nothing with numbers to be foreseen with AI. There's really nothing with the Akashic. We've seen it. This is where the foundation is laying. And that's all you need to know. So with that being said, any questions or concerns, leave a like, a comment, a share, an email, a subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And we will talk to you soon.